Hi, my name is Neil van Tonder and I'm based in Lubumbashi in the Democratic Republic of Congo for the Unisure Group. I'm going to try and give you some insight into the medical challenges that we are being faced with trying to provide a service to our clients on the African continent. There are enormous opportunities for companies who want to invest on the African continent. And with the increasing demand of copper and cobalt, to see queues of up to 5 kilometers is actually a daily occurrence. Infrastructure remains constrained, as is evident on this electricity heat map. South Africans taking up a position in Africa can basically be categorized in one of three categories: short trippers, short-term assignees, and expats. Traffic accidents are the single biggest cause of morbidity in the expat community. Road conditions are dangerous, and in most cases you are dealing with vehicles that are either overloaded or not roadworthy. Road conditions itself sometimes are very hazardous in terms of potholes, road constructions, decreasing visibility. People don't obey the traffic rules, which leads to very serious accidents. This is one of the major roads leading north out of Likasi, where a stretch of about 300 kilometers could take you 17 hours to complete in the dry season, and in the rainy season it could take up to 3 weeks to clear a vehicle, and in extreme cases even up to 3 months. Imagine trying to get somebody out of this environment in a case of an emergency. As for air support, sometimes it's not a lot better, as is evident in the next few slides. You know that the landing will be quite interesting if the pilot warns you that the plane will not break apart. Unless you hit a zebra. The vast majority of medical facilities are a far cry from what we are used to in South Africa. Proper medical workup for diagnostic purposes remains a problem, where cardiologists do not have access to a cath laboratory able to perform angiograms and effectively treat a cardiac event. The same goes for microbiology, not having the ability to diagnose and identify some forms of tropical diseases. Another major problem is the language barrier. UniHealth, however, have boots on the ground with medical staff in the countries able to take a decision on important medical evacuation and not delaying any important treatment. Employees need to be informed of the dangers of working in an environment like Africa. Because of our private medical services in South Africa, companies are able to employ expats successfully at remote sites. It is, however, important to look at the four pillars. Travel health insurance is key to having an successful operation in Africa. The importance of pre-travel assessment cannot be stressed enough. All employees should obtain comprehensive medical insurance. Evacuation for medical emergencies can be very expensive. Let's take a look at two brief case studies. A very healthy young man working at an exploration site had a history of 12 weeks of fever and muscle pains. He was treated for malaria by 3 different facilities. Eventually had to fly to Johannesburg for a workup on tropical diseases by a tropical diseases specialist. A rare form of malaria was eventually diagnosed, not responding to conventional treatment. A mining manager went mountain biking and fell and sustained a suspected fracture of his hip. He was unable to carry on cycling, and due to the poor quality of the X-rays, this initial fracture could not be identified on the X-ray. He had to be flown out, and eventually the fracture was confirmed in a clinic in Johannesburg, for which he had successful surgery. I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Pete Vincent from the Travel Clinic for some of the slides presented in this video. Thank you very much for your attention.